very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Thursday night edition of the show. Promises to be exciting, fun-filled as always, and promises to be, a surprise package for a whole lot of you watching. But in case you're following me on Twitter, if you just go onto my timeline, I already unveiled what the surprise is. I've already let out the cat out of the bag. That's utility player.
Creative midfielder.
Yeah. And for the first time in a long while, Femi Adefes was also starting off the show. He's been our super sub, but tonight Femi is starting off with us on Sports Tonight. And Femi, it's a different setting today.
Yes, I hope I give a better performance than you.
All right, but you are in for a short time all the same. We're going to be starting off the show this way, but then at some point, don't forget it's a Thursday, we hope to take you to Washington. Our very good friend, Chief Sonny Young, should be joining us from Washington later on the show, and then we'll be bringing our very special guest on Sports Tonight. So please stay with us and let us enjoy the next 45 minutes together. But let's tell you that tonight the show is going to be very, very interactive. Later on, when our special guest comes in on set, we're also going to be asking you to tweet your question at us so that we can pose those questions to him. That will be later on the show. But let's start off this way and tell you that you are key. In case you are watching for the first time, this is how we get feedback on Sports Tonight. Facebook, Twitter, we're active, we're very interactive. Give us your opinion, give us your thoughts to issues as we raise them on the program tonight. Those platforms are active and alive. So we expect you to talk to us about all of those things going forward on the program tonight. So please get active with us and let us enjoy the next 42, 43 minutes together on Sports Tonight. Without wasting any more time, gentlemen, let's go quickly to the issues that we have at hand. And which issue is bigger than the hangover? The hangover. I don't know. I still have a feeling that we will be in Equatorial Guinea 2015. I don't know where that feeling is coming from, but I still get that feeling. Maybe it's the hangover. Maybe the game is not over in my head. Someone said, let them find us. Let them allow us to play another qualifier. Let there just be some provision for us to just be in Equatorial Guinea 2015. It's not sinking in yet.
Anything short of a force majeure, an act of God, a cataclysmic earthquake in Equatorial Guinea, God forbid, that Nations Cup will go on without Nigeria.
Anyway, let's go to the story. The Nigeria Football Federation, Stephen Keshi, everybody running to take majority of the blame. The NFF, the president, Amaju Pinnick, says, look, this could be a blessing in disguise. We take responsibility for what has happened. And Keshi says, look, I'm the coach. The coach is the one at the end of the stick all the time. I take responsibility. What can you guys say about that?
First and foremost, I think Pinnick Amaju and Stephen Keshi are big men. Big in terms of their stature and the fact that they are brave enough to come out and show their responsibility for what transpired. You cannot put this beyond the NFF. They were in charge of preparing the team and giving the coach and the players an enabling environment in which to perform, which they didn't. You also cannot put it beyond the coach who made the selection on the day that did not work out, that did not get us the result. So you can't go beyond these two gentlemen. And I'm particularly pleased that they stood up, raised up their hands and said, yes, blame me. That is the mark of a true leader. And I'm particularly sad for Stephen Keshi. I was one of those who seriously advocated that she did have been sacked. So I also raised my hand and I accept part of that responsibility as well. But it does not change the fact that Keshi did his best. Maybe he could not, maybe after the World Cup he should have stepped aside and allowed someone else to take over. But there will always be ifs and maybes. But I still maintain the fact that his place in Nigerian football is still well established. His reputation might be a bit tarnished. But I know one thing for sure, we have not seen the last of Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi.
Well, after the All-Star, the NFF Executive Committee had a meeting in New York, came up with some recommendation. Amadou Shuabu, obviously now, new technical director, there's going to be a technical study group, a whole lot of things will be coming in, Femi, just to make sure that we revamp. They said, look, we are committed to changing our structure, focusing on grassroots development and all of that. Maybe this is some blessing in disguise, an opportunity for us to look in and put structures in place that will make our success more enduring.
I think it's the right step in the right direction for the NFF, and the fact that if first of all the president came to take responsibility shows that they are looking for a way forward, and let's not push this aside. This is a failure in all respects, so we need to move ahead. And okay, now they've created a new board of Austin Okocha and some ex Super Eagles players, the whole lot of Eagle West, Super Falcons as well, Chejine, Ukiria as well, all of them in this study, in this player study group. So I think it's good, but we just hope these guys function and they're allowed to do their work, as they ought to, so that we can get the results that we actually need to go forward.
Okay, let's move away from the Eagles. Of course, we know that a lot of you will be sending your comments like we did on the show yesterday. Tell us what's the way forward and what do you think we can do to quickly bounce back. We're down, we know, but we need to get up as quickly as we can, bounce back to winning ways. But let's move away from football and go on to another issue. This time we're taking you to the Nigeria Olympic Committee. Interesting development today because Abu Gumer has been re-elected as the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee. Femi, you have the details. He beat the incumbent Sani Danusa. Very close contest, 19 to 17 votes.
Yes,
but Abu Gumer is back.
Yes, he's back. He was defeated by this same man in 2010. So he's coming back to it, and of course he's the president of the Volleyball Association. Tunde Pokuolatu also needed a very narrow margin to become, Secretary General. Also, he defeated Banji Oladapo in that one, and of course Major General Johnny, Amakim, returns to as the Deputy Secretary General, and of course our own Tony Ubani, also retains his place as the Public Relations Officer. Well,
first Vice President Solomon Oba unopposed. Second Vice President Babatunde Fatai Williams of Aquatics, swimming, unopposed. Tijani Umar, MBBF President, elected third Vice, and as you said, Pokuola keeps his place as Secretary General. Just one vote, victory over Banji Oladapo, and then you had the Treasurer, Honorable Bapa Aliyu, and of course Tony Ubani keeping his place as the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee. All right, we wish them the best of luck. They will steer the affairs of the NOC for the next 4 years. We hope it will be crisis-free, and we hope under them, Nigeria will have plenty to celebrate in terms of medals, gold, silver, bronze at international competitions. Femi, let me stay with you. Let's talk basketball very quickly. What stories do we have? Let's start from grassroots.
Yes, grassroots. A beautiful tournament is going to start up in Lagos. It's called the Cage Masters Street Ball Challenge. It's a replica of something that happens, in the US, where we have different ballparks. They get to play tournaments amongst themselves. This is put together by Metropolitan Basketball in connection with the Lagos State Basketball Association.
Wow.
A prize money of 200,000 will be going out to the winners, and the runners will be taking 100,000. While the third and fourth position team would share 50,000 naira. So both the third and the fourth will receive 25,000 naira each. I think that's fair enough.
So what format does it take? Is it the full court or half court?
Yes, it's a full court tournament, and 12 teams will be participating in this one.
This is strictly for amateur players.
It's open.
Okay.
Veterans, amateurs, professionals, semi-professionals. Okay. As long as you can play basketball, come out and play and see if you can win the money.
Okay, let's talk about what we have on the screen right now. Professional club, Dolphins. The coach is talking tough. What exactly is she saying?
Yeah, she's saying that our club is not going to the continent to just go and participate. They are going there to make a mark. You'll be representing Nigeria in the African Women's Champions Cup. That's the most prestigious club competition for basketball in Africa. Of course, they'll be joined by First Bank in that competition. And she's really saying they won't be done like last year where they couldn't win any game, that this year they're going to prove a point that they really
Who are these pretty ladies?
Yeah, this is Interclub Luanda, the defending champions of Angola, Luanda, the defending champions of the African Women Champions Cup. They qualified, on Monday for the African Champions Cup. They will be representing Zone 6 alongside Primero de Agosto. And of course, 10 teams have already emerged for this qualification, and then the FIBA Africa organizing body would have to dish out 2 wild cards because it's a 12-team competition and 10 teams have qualified. Zone 2 didn't participate because of the Ebola crisis in that zone, so there was no qualifiers for them. So they will
how many wild cards?
2 wild cards. Okay. 10 teams have already
out of 10
emerged.
teams.
Yes, 2 from Nigeria, Dolphins First Bank. You have United States International University Flames from Kenya. Kenya Ports Authority, also from Kenya, representing Zone 5, IJS from Cameroon, and INSS from DR Congo, representing Zone 4. Then you have US and BU Basin of Mauritius, representing Zone 7. And I just mentioned Angola Duo, Interclub and Primero de Augusto, representing Zone 6.
Out of 10, 2 wildcards.
Then, of course, the host, CX Vaccine, you know, of Tunisia, the host team. So 2 more teams will be joining them. The FIBA Africa, since they were announced it 2 days to the competition, is going to be starting on the 28th of August to the 6th of December. So we look forward to seeing those 2 teams that will be selected to join in the race to push out the Nigerian contingents. But let's not forget that First Bank are 2 times champions. They've gone to the finals 3 times.